A faux captive ends up becoming a real captive, that ends up becoming a saved captive, that again becomes a captive.
Ooh, Yaoi review.
Hi everybody, it's Corbin, and today I'm here to talk to you about Black Knight Volume 3 by Kai Tsurugi. We shall read the back and delve into the nitty-gritty. Eager to prove his worth to his kingdom, Prince Christian has taken cover in Brigadoon's caravan as a hostage to the infatuated the Dundrick Empire. Negotiations for peace between the kingdoms is all the young prince yearns for, but the rebellion Falcon's Talon group has something else in mind. Now Zeki's loyalty as Christian's knight and lover will be put to the test. This is rated M for mature, it is rated 18+, and it's published by Blue. Now let's delve into it. Art style-wise, nothing's changed. It comes with a beautiful little color insert with the table of contents. And the art style has not changed. It's very appealing, it's very pretty, it's very nice to look at, nothing to complain about. All the action sequences are drawn out really well, all the characters are very well differentiated, there's no real abrupt style changes, so I'm happy. This is an oldie but goodie as far as the style goes, love it to death. Now, plotline-wise, this was a very wordy edition, and I don't like wordy anything, really, when it comes to my manga. If it feels like I'm reading a textbook, I don't want to read it. And let's see if I can find an example where it was less picture, more bubbles. And that was all of that. Tons of dialogue. Tons of dialogue. Tons of dialogue. It was like that for the last half for almost the whole thing until we get to the flashback about the father being poisoned. Very wordy. We had to hear about how there was a plot to kidnap the prince again and to betray the other prince who was kicked out of his kingdom. It was just very convoluted. A lot of talk about betrayal underneath subterfuge. Underneath plots. It was just a lot of betrayal. It was very much so something that I found it dull. I'm not a huge person that likes those kind of things. I would rather see action over the planning stages, but this gave you a lot of the planning stages. It gave you a lot of that kind of reaction to things, and I did enjoy it. I did thoroughly like it. It just felt, it got old. It got old really quick for me. So, yes. Now, it was good. The parts that picked up were good. The parts where Prince Christian was kidnapped were really good. Where we got to see Zeki fighting to try to get him back, it was all really good. But it was very few and far between. There was very little action. We got some pretty parts where they went on a date, on a picnic date, and they talked about how Zeki was considering renouncing the Black Knighthood so he could just be with Christian rather than being his knight. And then we see Zeki sacrificing literally his life, almost, to save Christian. Like, if 2 seconds had gone by, Zeki would have been dead. Now, all of that said, there was a lot more of, ooh, we're going to kidnap Prince Christian, and then we're going to try to ransom him to liberate both nations, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And there was more of that, which was just discussion and dialogue, than there was action bits. I like this series so far. This was the lowest point the yaois have been so far for this one. So I'm interested to see if the next one's that way, because I don't want to just get bored with this series and not continue reviewing it. I think I have them all, so I'm going to try to read them all, but this one really made it hard. So if you guys have read this before, let me know down in the comment section below. Shoot me a like, a favorite, subscribe, share this with a friend who likes yaoi, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Did you see? Then...
Subscribe!